Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We try to connect with you on that basis. With over 1,400 of these, certainly, hopefully, something that can benefit you in some way or another. And we continue to try to add content as often as we can with lots of changes coming in my life. I don't necessarily know how often I can be here, but I'll be here as often as is allowable. Anyway, a couple of things to look at, and that is if you're looking to change your life, certainly life changes are something we're all going through in different ways. And so what are some things that if you're looking to change your life, you need to look at? And if you are committed to life or relational or any type of change, it can be super valuable to work with a coach. I've worked with over 18,000 people now in the last 15 years on just about every topic one could imagine. Would love to be of assistance to you in that way. Please feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or in another way, such as through this YouTube channel. Either way can make things go from there. First thing is have goals, but also have pacing for your goals. Have steps for your goals. Goals are wonderful, but they're only wonderful if you're using them appropriately. And so if you take a goal and you turn it into pass fail, and that is to say, you turn it into I am successful if I reach my goal, I am a failure as a person or as an identity if I don't reach my goal, then goals are actually more damaging than helpful to you in that conjecture. So have steps to reach your goal. Also, have multiple types of goals and make sure that you have goals in the short term so you feel like you're gaining progress, goals in the medium term so you're always working on something, and then long term goals that you can look back over several months, several years, or even a decade and say, wow, look how far I've come. Having different levels of goals and steps to make those goals work for you is one of the most important things that any person can do in order to maximize their productivity, their value to themselves. And if you have value to yourself, then others will see your value as well. And when you begin to understand that market value, you're then also going to be able to make sure that you have long term connective. Know your limits, both mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in terms of the time you can give to other people, in terms of the time that you can connect with other people. Knowing those limits is super, super valuable. Knowing those limits is necessary. When you don't know your limits, you will be pushed beyond what you can handle. You will be pushed beyond what is right for you, is good for you, is healthy for you, and ultimately that becomes problematic for a number of reasons, including but not limited to the fact that if you don't know your limits, people will push you beyond what you can handle on a continual basis, and you will burn out before you can get to a healthy, smart, and meaningful pace or place within yourself. And so, knowing how to find that balance, knowing how to connect to that balance, is one of the most important things that any person can do for themselves. Doing it on a consistent basis without beating yourself up if you fall a little bit short is also important. Look for ways to grow personally, professionally, financially, emotionally on a consistent basis as well. Growth is super important because it's one of the six basic human needs that every person needs in order to be able to feel like the life they're living is worth it. If you can look at your life and see the growth, experience the growth, and know that you're making progress, a process towards something more meaningful in the long or short run of something, then you will be able to see the value in the hardships as well. If you, however, feel like you're constantly spinning yourself in directions that aren't going in your less, your right direction, and or you don't necessarily see yourself as a person who is growing continually, then you will have a lot of challenges, even if you don't necessarily want them, or you're just being overly and overtly hard on yourself. So knowing how to see yourself from a growth related mindset is super, super valuable and important and also necessary. So, the next thing there is self forgiveness. Look, a lot of times people hold on to negative beliefs about themselves, more so because they don't see themselves as a person who is in constant need of self-forgiveness. That is, you can only make the decisions based on the things you knew at a given time. If you are judging yourself based on what you should have done, could have done, would have done, or the things that you wish you had done, versus where you actually are as a person, you will eventually grow to be more angry, more frustrated, more upset, and burn yourself out before you even get to a place that has any long-term value. And when you don't understand how to do that, when you don't understand the value of doing that, you will then be able to only get so far in so much as kind of connecting on a deeper level within yourself and knowing exactly how to do that in a manner that is both positive and progressive, and kind of trying to find the right way to balance what you need and what you want, and how your life comes together in a daily, weekly, monthly mindset. So, hopefully, this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.